Glory to Ukraine, glory to Ukrainian heroes. Today, this is April 6th of 2023. 407 days of defense of Ukraine, 407 days of Ukrainian protection against Russian armed aggression. National Guard units in the participation of the repulse of the armed aggression will be briefed by the representative of the National Guard of Ukraine, Colonel Mykola Urshalovych. If you have any questions, you'll be able to ask questions to the speaker. Now I welcome Colonel Mykola Urshalovych. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, dear colleagues. I welcome all the guests and all the presents here. Now you're going to be briefed by concerning the role and place of National Guard. National Guard assets and means continue to perform combat tasks as part of the security and defense forces. The main efforts of the National Guard units alongside other security and defense forces have been aimed at participation of defensive actions in the vicinity of Slobozhansky, Donetsky and Tavrisky directions, as well as deterring the enemy advance in the vicinity of Kupyan, Slovyansk, Avdiivka and Novopavlivsky and Zaporizhzhia directions. Stabilization measures in the vicinity of Volyn, Polissa, Siversk, Bessarabsky and southern Bukh operation areas. Ensuring anti-amphibious defense in the vicinity of the Black Sea and southern Bukh operational areas. Participation in territorial defense in the southwest of the operation area. National Guard units continue to inflict casualties and damage to the enemy on different areas of the front line. Despite severe weather conditions and numerous enemy advantage, the warriors of the 4th Special Purpose Brigade, named after Sergeant Mikhailchuk, ensured assigned task implementation and inflicted damage to the enemy in the vicinity of Ozeryanivka. They engaged 70 enemy personnel and killed 20 of them. The enemy material and fuel depot have been destroyed. The 1st Presidential Brigade units were also involved, and as a result of their action, 35 people and 2 mortar crews have been destroyed. The enemy attempts to advance in the vicinity of Spirna did not lead to any success. Our professional actions of the 14th Special Purpose Brigade led to repulse the enemy advantage and advance, and 40 enemy personnel have been destroyed. The National Guard personnel of the 50th Regiment named after Semen Vysochan repulsed the overwhelming enemy forces. Thanks to the heroic actions of this brigade, 120 enemy personnel have been killed and 3 units of material have been destroyed. Our units were also involved in western and central operational and territorial areas in the vicinity of Novokolenova and Velika Novosilivka. Special purpose units of the National Guard have also invited 40 enemy personnel to the Kobzon's concert and destroyed 2 enemy vehicles. National Guard reconnaissance units detected 364 enemy targets, and majority of them has been destroyed. In addition, units and warriors of the 27th Pechersk Brigade, alongside the artillery units, detected and destroyed 10 tanks, 5 self-propelled artillery systems, 13 infantry armored fighting vehicles, and other material. National Guard artillery units ensured and provided fire support of the special purpose units in the vicinity of Liman and Zaporizhzhia directions. Over the last week, They performed 350 combat tasks and destroyed 150 enemy personnel, up to 4 vehicles and POL depot. National Guard Aviation performed 12 sorties and destroyed the enemy. During the stabilization actions, our engineer units continued to support Ukrenergo teams in repair of power lines in Kherson region. In the vicinity of Dutchane, 2 hectares of terrain have been surveyed and 13 explosive ordnance have been destroyed. In the vicinity of Zaporizhia region, 3 hectares of terrain have been surveyed and 24 explosive ordnance have been destroyed. The territorial defense units also continued to provide security and protection of important state installations, and we allocate 300 guard duties to that. To ensure the martial law, the National Guard units continue tasks in order to maintain the curfew and be on duty and ensure public safety in 32 cities around Ukraine. We also set up special checkpoint procedure, check documents, perform search of vehicles, luggage, and other people at 126 checkpoints in 21 regions of Ukraine. We engage 6,000 people for these measures. National Guard units also provide security and protection to 99 facilities of local and security to 99 regional and local facilities. During these tasks, 1,814 people have been detained, including 87 for criminal proceedings. 5 units of cold weapons, 383 ammunition, 1 grenade, and 200 grams of drugs have been seized. And at the end of my speech, I will brief you on the advance guards. We continue to man the advance guards, assault brigades, and recruit people to form up the reserves. I want to let you know that we have lots of volunteers and calls of people to protect the spreading of the Russian world. Namely, we had 20,204 calls. We have been processing these calls every day, and this is a painstaking job. To optimize our activities, we also involve in administrative service provision center, and we have 44 of them. The relevant information about the centers you can see at the National Guard website. In general, we have a high level of motivation of those who are willing to join the advanced guards. However, we still have some applicants who cannot be tested enough and can be allowed to serve in the National Guard assault brigades. In addition, we try, if possible, we try to recommend to serve in other units of the National Guard. Our experience and capabilities we have, the National Guard has, do not let the enemy implement their plans to seize new territories. And our capabilities will allow us to resort from defense to the complete liberation of the occupied territories. We'll win together. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you have any questions, raise your hand. You have the mic in the hall, please. We are ready to take them. Just a second. Okay, we are ready. I'm Olha Moisun. This is Army Inform, information agency. You briefed us about the advanced guards, and you mentioned that you have the recruiting process. What are the results of the preparation of assault detachments? I mean, namely the preparation measures. Thank you for your question. As for the preparation of the assault units of the National Guard, Advanced Guards, I want to say that there are many units that have been tested and enrolled to the National Guard are being trained at weapons and training ranges. They also perform individual and collective training up to 5 weeks. These these exercises end up with the tactical cooperation and cohesion between the units. The artillery units and anti-aircraft crews have been trained at special ranges adjusted to their needs. This training has been conducted by professional instructors. During these exercises, the tactics, individual soldier and units tactics have been studied. Engineer preparation, fire training have been mastered. Topography and other subjects have been studied there. And these subjects together can help the unit to perform their tasks, assigned tasks on the battlefield. In addition, we pay special attention to train medical personnel. Our units master tactical medicine. We train them render first aid just before the professional medics come, because you know the golden hour method. That's why we train to implement and do their best within the hour. During the theoretical classes, our National Guard servicemen have been trained. During the practical and hands-on training, they master and drill everything they have learned at the theory classes. Tactical exercises, which end up the total exercise, are led by professional commanders, and we also have live fire exercises. Good morning, everyone. I have a question. Are there any counter-sabotage and counter-subversion measures in the vicinity of border regions, and how the National Guard operates in detection of the reconnaissance and sabotage groups, and how they seize weapons, etc.? Thank you for the question. National Guard units are constantly participating in the conduct of the counter-subversive measures carried out by the security and defense forces of Ukraine. It means the whole set of measures the security service of Ukraine, material and manpower, as well as police, National Guard, all these structures and formations are involved in such measures. These measures are designed to prevent subversions in the vicinity of critical infrastructure and other important and transport facilities, railway hubs, as well as other residential areas of the temporarily displaced people. These measures have preventive and planned nature, and they are constantly performed. Over the last week, National Guard units took part in approximately 150 such measures, and they have been 1,500 personnel of the National Guard have been involved in such measures. Thank you. Do you have any other questions? Good morning, everyone. I have a question to you. Is there any plan to train and motivate youth and younger population? And how are you going to involve them in such measures? Thank you for your question. We do have such measures in the field. I mean, in the vicinity, at the National Guard military units, we have special training, military periodic education of children, of our youth. Our trainers and instructors perform their work and training classes on the protection of our motherland, and this work are constantly performed. Do we have any other questions? Thank you for the role and for your briefing of the National Guard of Ukraine and their participation in repulse of the armed aggression. And you were briefed by the Deputy Director of Implementation Planning Department of the National Guard of Ukraine, Colonel Mykola Urshalovych. This is the Military Media Channel, the only informational platform of the Security and Defense Forces.